Now what's going on?
All right, after taking off the plastic bumper due to my fuel filter, taking off the gas pan.
So wait a minute. Let me back us all up. So in changing your fuel filter, you realized that your gas pan was completely rusted and you needed to change that.
I had to change that.
And in order to change that, you had to take off the bumper.
Well, yeah, first you take the bumper off to get to the bolts.
And then you found this.
I found the rust hole. Yeah, this is a simple rust repair I'm going to do.
All right.
Something to make this so the truck doesn't spread and contains it in one area, because you don't want it to go up to here.
All right. So
I'm getting it just in time, actually. So basically, we had a little hole that was about this big. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I had to break all the dead rust. I broke it all out as much as I can. And now I took this and I went over it like this to get all the loose rust off. Like that, all around.
Okay.
And as you can see, all the loose rust is off.
So this is what, a Dremel with a circular, what do you got there?
This is a regular drill. You can
regular
use any kind of drill.
Okay.
And just this wire brush.
And a wire brush. Okay.
I use this also to tap, get all the loose rust off.
Okay.
Got all the loose rust off.
Yep.
Then I purchased this, Rust-Oleum. This is like a primer.
Okay.
All this is underneath a fender, but I just don't want it to spread to go up to here. That's what happens next. That's why you want to get it at the earliest stage you find it. If it was smaller, it could have been here, but unfortunately, this has been here for a couple of years, and I didn't even know it was there.
It's been festering.
Didn't even know when there's a plastic bumper on there. And the other side's perfect. But this is along the curb line. I'm thinking from the water going down with the salt, probably coming up this way. So.
All
right, so this step here, I'm just gonna spray as much as I can.
Do you recommend anybody that's not a good spray painter kind of cover tires and other?
You know what, this is simple. It's a repair, it's out of the way. I'm just putting here and in here.
So,
I mean,
if someone's not a good shot, do you recommend they kind of cover around the area to make sure that they don't?
This is great. The brand new can's not even working.
Ah!
You bought the thing. You can if you want, if you're picky. You can put a bag over it, garbage bag.
Okay. Well, you just happen to be a very good spray painter, so.
Yeah, this is kind of simple job. It's a small job, contained job, not like a really large job. So if I can get the spray can going, otherwise I'm gonna have to go back. Yep, looks like I'm gonna have to go back. Very annoying.
Wow, you did a lot before I got to come back outside.
Yes.
All right, so.
All right.
Explain.
All right, so basically what I did is I sprayed this primer in the inside all around. It was cleaned thoroughly. I sprayed inside. I sprayed over here and here on the back. Now what I'm starting to do is I'm fabricating fiberglass cloth. Basically, you cut it into shapes.
And where did you get this?
This you buy at the automotive stores.
Okay.
Okay. You have your resin that's over there.
Also from the store?
Also from
it
was actually Autobahn, yeah.
Okay.
You need to put this in the mixture.
What are these all called?
This is that's the resin, and this is the hardener, they call this.
And does it come as a kit?
It does. It comes as a kit.
Okay.
Which is right here. Okay. That's what I bought. There's others out there. Basically, it's fiberglass boat repair, but you can use it on cars to fill holes.
Anything that works for marine is going to work for a car that goes through snow.
Exactly. And the best part about it is you form your patches. Like one patch here is going to go back here like that. I'm going to glue it on, and it's going to be back here. I'm going to start the shape and do a patch here. I'm going to do a patch here and do a patch here. And then all the rust will be covered. See? That's what you do with this stuff. And once you put the resin, you dip it in the resin, you go over and you put it and it sticks right on. Or you can put it on and tape, you can tape it and you can use a brush, but I like to dip.
All right, are you going to show that now?
Yes, I could show.
Or do you have to wait for the paint to dry?
No, we could do that now actually. We could do the one in the back, so. I'm going to put some drops in.
How many? Well, do you eyeball it? Like what's is there a ratio?
Yeah, they say 18 per ounce.
18 drops per ounce?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I got my mixture in. Now I'm going to dip Well, first I gotta stir.
And you bought cheapo little
Yeah, this is all cheap stuff. So it's all
little spackle knives, little plastic spackle knives.
Yeah. And this is the general.
Phew, does this stuff stink?
It smells wonderful. I love it. This is repair. I love repair. And then you just mix it up. Nothing crazy. Take it here.
Wear gloves.
Wear gloves, yes. So this is going to be patch number 1.
All right.
You take it, you dip it.
So you soak it through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do both sides. You can paint it afterwards too. That's the way I do it. I mean, other people have different methods. That's the way I do it. I do it like this. And it's always worked very well for me. That's where the gloves come into play. You can always put more on. It's gonna drip. That's why I have the. You just take it and glue it. It's like a.
And it automatically just adheres to.
Yeah, it's gonna dry in place. See? Have paper towel ready so you can just take the gloves. You don't have to keep changing gloves. Dry them off as much as you can, and then and whatever, there might be a little extra here and there you might have to cut off. No big deal. All right, that's patch number 1. Patch number 2 is going to be right here. Then I'm going to do another patch here and another one there. So this is the next patch.
Do you have to wait for that patch to dry before you do the next patch that's kind of
No,
overlapping, or it doesn't matter?
No, I'm gonna do the next patch.
So basically you want to patch
Patch as much as
any
I can.
hole.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Any hole through the rust.
Yeah, and this is an area nobody's gonna see anyway. But you could actually do this on any part of the car. I've seen people do this. You know, my father used to do it years ago and it worked for many years, so it works really good. We used to have boats, and then he kind of got the idea from the boat. He tried it on the car, and it actually worked quite well. And what you're doing is you're just getting the outline. If it stays, if it doesn't stay, you use it somewhere else. Just gonna use that one up here. See, now it starts to get contour. See that?
Why did you put that there?
I changed my mind because it wasn't sticking well there. So you got to kind of use it up for it.
So you're going to try and cover up that entire hole?
I'm going to do as much as I can, which these patches will take. And what doesn't take, I'm going to have to fill with foam. I might have to trim, but if I'm covering rust, that's less and smaller area I have to deal with when it comes to taking care of it.
Interesting.
And this is going to dry like really hard.
And how long does it take to dry?
That part I'm not really sure because I haven't used it in years. But it shouldn't take too long. This is a little tougher, this area here. Let's see, all this nobody's going to see anyway. Besides the fact you can refinish it off with, what you do is you take fiberglass resin, Bondo. You can go over it with Bondo. It's great. Let's see how I'm making the hole disappear. More and more. Is it perfect? No, but it'll work.
Well, no one's going to see it because
the fender goes over it. And then it's also going to be a rust protector too. And all this stuff will come off too. That's the problem too. It seats starting to hang a little bit. I don't like that, but that's going to be. See this area here, I might have to fill with foam and then put.
What if you stuck that bottom piece on the inside of the hole? Like that. What if you did that? Does that matter?
No, it doesn't.
Because then it will, like that.
Yeah, I'm getting a little crazy. Trying to do too much at one time. Sometimes you're better off just doing a patch, let it dry. Gotta keep an eye on them. Make sure they're sticking.
All right.
That's working better, actually. That's working actually. I'm gonna have to fill with foam and then do a patch over the foam. What you do is that's gonna be another process I might have to do. See, I bought this foam You take the foam, you shoot it in there, try to get as best shape as you can, and then you trim it with a saw, and you can go over it with the patch.
Okay, a few hours drying time later, John, and where you at?
All right, so we have the, you know, the patch that's in, as much as I could get it to where it'll hang decently. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take spray foam, I'm gonna shoot it in here, and then use this to keep it in shape, and then I'll cut off, I'll pull this back down, and I'll cut what I can, and I'll lay cloth over it.
So you took like 2 clamps, cut a
Yep.
piece of cardboard,
Yep.
and you kind of forming it so
Yep.
that when you do the spray foam.
All right, I'm gonna just take tape to keep this up
Okay.
and do the spray foam. So I'm gonna do the spray foam now.
All right. And what kind of spray foam is that? Just regular
Yeah,
old filler? Great stuff filler?
Yeah, you get this from Lowe's or Home Depot.
Okay.
So it's really
Go
no
for
big
it.
deal. But this is going to give me the outline, and if it goes over, you can take it and trim it close to your contour, and then you lay the cloth back over it again, and I'll be done.
All right.
All right. So basically, I'm going to shoot it,
Don't use too much.
and like I said, anything extra, you cut it off.
All right.
And I'm just going to take it and tape it up.
Need some help there?
Yeah, I'll get it. Where's it beginning? Like I said, it's okay that it comes out, because like I said, you just trim it with a saw.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
You'd
go-
rather have more and trim away than
Yep.
less.
And that's going to keep the contour. So I have the clamps, it's going to have the contour, and I can trim anything extra, and then I'm going to lay my cloth over it.
All right. The big reveal.
Yeah, so it's pretty much kept its shape from the cardboard.
Nice.
And,
So you don't have to
at
cut
times
anything, you don't
here.
think?
Not really, no, it's pretty good.
All
It's
right.
going to go right over it with another piece, like this,
Okay. Why are you doing that?
to finish it off. So now it's sealed where, you know, this foam doesn't soak up water.
Ah.
So I'm gonna, you know, paint it and put this on, and then paint over it.
You're painting, or you're just putting the rosin?
I'm putting rosin on first for a little bit, just so I can stick this stuff on here.
Okay, so I get it. So you're putting the rosin, then you're gonna put the screen,
Yeah.
then you're gonna paint the screen.
Yep.
Got it.
It's a little different than the other ones, because the other ones there was nothing that was really sticking to. So you see, I was able to stick here, but then on the holes and
Gotcha.
stuff, it makes it very hard. I could have maybe used the foam a little early to save a step, but yeah, you know, this is the first time I ever did this, so and it seems to be working very well. My father used to do it many years ago. You know, you watched him do it many times. So you just stick it. And of course, it's not staying. I might have to make some more up actually. A lot of this stuff too is like when you're painting stuff on, you got to check up on it every once in a while to see if it bubbles or something. But as you can see, it's not hard.
All right.
You see, painted on. I got all the holes covered now.
All right. Gonna make sure there's no, I guess, bubbles, air bubbles.
Yeah, and you can trim things if you had to. Like even though that's hanging, no big deal. You trim that afterwards.
All right. This dries. You spray paint, and then you're gonna call me
Yeah.
when you're ready to put the bumper back on.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Probably better with a brush versus a sponge brush, but it's what I had laying around. You know, sometimes you use what you have.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it.
All right. Right now, everyone's seeing the top of your head.
All right. There you go.
Okay. Call me when the bumper comes on.
That's pretty much it.
All right. John, it looks like you spray painted over your patch.
Yes, all right. So being that's going to be underneath the plastic bumper, you know, now it's protected in a manner that will not get wet no more. There'll be no further rusting. Also, inside I created a lip so the water will run down. I spray painted it. Now, if you had a car that you were doing body work, what you could do is you can do some Bondo over it, smooth it out more, and aesthetically make it look better. Being that it's underneath the bumper, I really don't care. So it's a matter of that I have the supports and it's all solid now.
So let me take this off the GoPro, and is there something to see that you did?
Yeah, we can show the lip in the inside if you want. So I did a lip in the inside because it was catching water here, and that was what was causing the rust.
So where's the lip?
The lip is right here. It's right here. So
Aha!
the water will run off.
Nice. That was smart.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's a close-up. And like you said, if it was an area where it would be seen, you would Bondo to smooth it out.
Yeah.
And then what would you do? You would prime and paint after that?
Yeah, prime paint. I mean, but it's all hidden.
All right, so for all intents and purposes, done?
It's done.